Hold on a second. Welcome back to the Midnight Ride. Today we are here at Natural Bridge State Park, which is part of the Daniel Boone National Forest and also part of Red River Gorge.
We have decided to take the balanced rock trail up and then the original trail coming back down. I'm excited about the balanced rock trail because they have about 600 steps and I love to get my steps in.
I do not, but let's go anyway. Okay, so I don't know how far up we are the balanced rock trail just yet, but let us tell you, it's slippery. The rocks are really slick, and I know you think climbing upstairs, like you'd rather go down than up. It's kind of treacherous getting down. I recommend if you're going to do this, come up. It's a little bit easier. Yeah, you're going to be out of breath like I am right now. That's our recommendation.
I'm really impressed. We've only been out here for like, what, 10 or 15 minutes? But it's such a different feel than what we had at Raven Run. There's so much more space out here. I mean, we are completely surrounded by trees and rocks, and we have space to move. The other great thing is that there are railings that you can hold on to along the trail, which is I feel so much safer. Because I like to hold on, I'm terrified of falling. So I am holding on to the rails when necessary, and it makes it a little easier. And if we didn't mention before, this takes you up an elevation of about 400 feet.
One more thing, these aren't continuous steps. There are level areas like we're in right now to stop and enjoy these rocks, but also take a breather and talk to you for a minute. We're gonna get back to it. That is the balanced rock. Now, I don't know that video is going to do it justice, but that thing is really impressive, and it is humongous. And it's just sitting on that tiny little sliver right there. It's really cool.
Guessing is rock vandalism at its finest. Probably been here a very long time. I don't know how I feel about it, actually. I mean, on one hand, it's kind of romantic, like this heart, I'm sure. But on the other hand, I mean, this is nature, and it's been defaced, and I think that's kind of sad. It takes a little bit away from the beauty of this rock.
Hold on a second. There was no shortage of people up on the bridge. and it was pretty much a disaster. You couldn't even get through the fissure because there were so many people up there. So we couldn't go back on the original trail because people were just not waiting to let us go through the fissure. So we're just going back down the Balanced Rock Trail to get back to our car. And then I think we're going to go grab some lunch at a very special spot. Okay, just outside of Natural Bridge Lodge, there is Miguel's Pizza, which is really popular among the rock climbing community here and supposed to be really good. So we're going to try it out. It's our first time, so we'll let you know how it is.
Just finished up at Miguel's Pizza. It looked really good when we first opened the box. It smelled really good. And honestly, the first bite seemed kind of delicious. It was pretty much all downhill from there. I don't know what it was about that first bite, if it was just piping hot and the cheese seemed good, or if I was just really, really hungry. But the longer I ate it, the less I liked it. There was no flavor on the veggies at all. I couldn't taste any of them. The onions were actually white onions instead of red onions, which I don't know if that made a difference, but honestly, I couldn't taste the mushrooms at all. The onions, no flavor. Little bit on the green peppers, but not much. There were so many people, I can't believe. I don't know if they're all first-time visitors or if they have a lot of repeat business, but again, I'm glad we went. It was an experience, but for like $18.55, which was what it cost us for a 16-inch pizza, I wouldn't go back.
One thing you should note, and they tell you this on their website, it's probably going to take at least half an hour to get your pizza. They're very upfront about that, so if you complain about how long it takes, that's just the way it is, and the more people there are, the longer it's probably going to take. I tend to agree with Catherine. First couple of bites were great. And then the longer you ate it, and we really had 4 slices each with the half and half pizza, the less I enjoyed it. I'm glad we did it though. I'm glad we went there to experience it. So what we would say is if you are concerned about COVID, your own health, the health of others, Natural Bridge is not the place for you to be right now. And that's probably why we won't be going back anytime soon.
I thought Natural Bridge State Park was beautiful. The Balanced Rock Trail was absolutely amazing. It was awe-inspiring. I'm so glad we did it. We did not encounter very many people on the way up. We did on the a few on the way back. The biggest issue was when we got to Natural Bridge. Everybody was hoarded. I mean, there were hordes of people up there. I was so uncomfortable trying to social distance. No one had, obviously, masks on, which I didn't expect, but I did kind of expect people to be a little less, congregating. I could not believe how many people were just hanging out together. So I wouldn't totally write off a state park, but I would probably stay away from the points of interest. Like if we had just been on the trail and not gone to the points of interest, not gone to Natural Bridge or to like the Overlook or any of those places, I think you'll be okay as long as you're in the early group. So get there early, stay away from the popular areas, and I think you'll be fine.
We won't be going back anytime soon. Now we're going to take the original trail up. It's a shorter trail than Balanced Rock Trail, but we wanted to check it out. We were actually going to take it back down from Natural Bridge. That didn't happen, so we're back for another day to take the original trail up, so hopefully we can see the underneath of the bridge this time.
Now, this original trail is actually a pretty steep climb. They do have these little shelters where you can take a break. But keep in mind, it says it's the easiest trail. I feel like I'm having more trouble on this trail than we did on the balanced rock trail with the 600 steps. I'm not sure why that is. Maybe it's just a different day and I have a different energy level, but it's pretty treacherous.
If you're coming up the original trail, you'll see this natural fissure behind me. You actually have to come through that if you want to go up to the bridge and be on the bridge. That fissure is really narrow to the point where at the end, I can't even make it through with my backpack on. Catherine had to carry that. Now, the later in the day it gets, the more crowded it gets up here. That is one-way traffic, and you may very well get stuck here for a while waiting for an opening so you can go through, because there is no good place to stop in that area. So just beware whether you're using the balanced rock trail or the original trail. That could be a problem.
Are not physically able to make the hike, but you want to check out Natural Bridge, you can take the skylift right up to the top. If you thought the walk up was steep, wait until you see the prices for the skylift. For an adult, it was $10 one way, $15 round trip.
Now, just a short little walk from the skylift is this scenic point, this big rock that you can actually see from the bridge. But when you walk over here, you get a nice little view of the bridge back there. And it's an amazing view up here. Now, Natural Bridge is actually 65 feet high. It is way up there, and 78 feet long. When you're on top of it, you really don't feel unsafe unless you get over to the edge. Like, part of the time you don't even realize you're on a bridge, but you are way up there, trust me. Okay, so we just finished coming back down the Balanced Rock Trail, and now having done both the original and Balanced Rock Trails, I think what we would say is this. The original trail is a lot steeper than what you think it's going to be. Now, the Balanced Rock Trail obviously is pretty steep too, with how many steps was it?
660.
660 steps. I don't know that it makes it harder though than the original trail. What do you think?
If you're not up for 660 steps, I think that the original trail is probably your best bet. It's still going to be a little difficult, so don't go in there thinking it's just going to be a nice leisurely stroll of all the same level, because you're going to be going up. And then on the way back, you're going to be going down. So keep that in mind, and maybe just, manage your expectations. I think that's where I went wrong, is that I was just thinking it was going to be super easy, so that when, you know, we actually got on it, it was not what I expected at all.
Or you can just pony up the $15 and not worry about it either way.
Each. $15 each.
But we hope you enjoyed this little tour of Natural Bridge State Park. We'll definitely be back to check out more of the trails, because this is a really beautiful area of the state. If you are here, if you're visiting Kentucky, if you live in Kentucky, you should definitely make an effort to come out and see this place. It's pretty amazing. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. If you have any questions or anything, please feel free to leave a comment down below. Hit that little notification bell so that you know every time we release a new video, and we will see you on the next episode of The Midlife Ride.